Brilliant. I love it. Hope he'll love it too. Just got a couple more little bits and bobs to do. I'm going to wrap them all up with some lovely wrapping paper, put it in a nice box and send it over to them. What should I print next? Do a little search on the internet. I think she wanted a tire or something for him. So keep watching. Hello, welcome back. Bit of 3D printing this time on the channel. Family member reached out to me and said, messaged me the other day via WhatsApp and mentioned that they were going to do up their son's bedroom with a Formula 1 theme. And they said, look, John, can you have a look at these bits and pieces on Etsy? We might buy them. Any chance you could print some of them? So I said, save your money. How much do you want? I said, save money. Not bothered. It's family. Two of them, I might download the files from a couple of sites and print out quite large bits and pieces. The other one was a couple of checkered flags with the child's name across the bottom. The child's favourite colour, I asked them, is red. So I noticed on Etsy one was a couple of checkered flags with the child's name. And I thought, well, I'd rather do a little video, draw up my own, maybe get hold of a flag from somewhere, draw up my own, and then I can sort of produce that, print it, and maybe sell it on Etsy with different names myself. So that's my product then. In the next couple of clips, you'll see me open up Fusion 360 and have a little play, and then I'll be back in a minute. We'll print out a little trial, a little single flag, see how it goes, and then I'm going to go back to the computer, enlarge it up, scale it up, put the name on there, and do the proper print, and we'll see how it goes. So we'll jump quickly into Google and do a search for flag SVG. I'll sped these clips up a little bit. So let's flick around. I've ended up here on Etsy. Look, Etsy up and down. I'll put a link below for the file that I chose. £2.82, £7.20. They vary in price. Okay, so I've bought some flags there, SVG files. Download them, save them off the computer. Let's open Autodesk Fusion. So let's open Autodesk Fusion. If I can keep up. So insert SVG. Scroll to the flag I want. If there's a suitable one, not that one, start again. Have another little look. That one, not that one. Insert SVG. I think it's number 4, was it? Number 4. Move it about. That looks suitable to me. So number 4, drag it into place on the center of the XY0. Click OK. Now, when I zoomed in, I noticed there were some gaps on this file. So click on the file first of all, extrude it, and create a flag. There you go. Simple. But there's little gaps. Look, see there are gaps there. I didn't realize there was gaps when I bought this file, but we can work with that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to mirror image this one in a minute, but that's why I put it on the center line of the X and Y. So I'm just using push-pull functions here to just close up these gaps. Some methods work, some methods didn't. So it's just basically it was a bit of trial and error. So left click your mouse, drag it around on the screen. If you look on the bottom right hand corner, you'll see that sometimes it didn't always work. Depending on how many faces I chose, depending on what operation I did. I think I used push pull. Sometimes I added a larger radius. Various methods. And I'm just trying to close up these gaps. I didn't want these little gaps there where the flags doesn't meet. So there you go. Look, is it a bit too much or not? That looks all right. So I'm just sort of fiddling around. Once it's complete, I mean, I don't like these radiuses. If you look, there's some rads there. So I'm going backwards, undo, forward, undo. So I'm doing that there. Pulling that there. It's a bit of trial and error, really. I just want to close up all the gaps. This funny one here, some of these weird ones here I couldn't do. Pull that out there using a push pull. Little red in the corner there, tie that up. I'm just checking for thin areas. That's it, the little radius there, 0.5. Another 0.5 red in the corner there. There's one area I couldn't do. I had to actually do a drawing. I had to go into sketch mode, if I remember rightly. And that piece there wouldn't sort of tidy up. So this is working fine. Is this piece here? So what I'm doing now, create a new sketch on the Z. Place a little drawing, draw a little circle. That's it. Nope. Okay. I end up drawing a little using a polygon line or a line, I think, in the end. That's not working. What I'm trying to do, there you go. What am I doing? I sped this video up a bit quick actually, but
line to point, and then another line there, just join it up. Right, now I create a solid there. Now I can extrude that to, I think it's 8mm high. There you go, done. When I'm totally happy with this, now I'm going to go into, I think I go into mirror. So I mirror this, and it's on the center line. So I save it. What I did a small test print first. So I remember right, I did a small test print first just to see how it comes out. And if I remember rightly, it came out a bit small, a bit thin. So I print that first. I saved it as a 3D print. You can actually sort of scale it in the Bambu Lab Studio software. Just checking for thin areas there. It seemed to come out all right. So print that.
So I did a little flag, saved it, exported it. I got these files from, as you'll see if you watched the clips earlier, the SVG files. I got them. I could have drawn them up myself, but I bought them from Etsy, and I'll put a link below. You can search the internet if you want and buy the flag or get a free flag from somewhere and convert to SVG. I happened to download, buy for I think it's 90 pence, 95 pence, a handful of files, flags. Imported various ones into Fusion, found the one I wanted. It still needed some work on it. If you watch the previous clips, you'll see me push Paul and put some rads on and tighten it up a little bit. What I did then is I printed out a little small flag. The next stage, I'm going to mirror it and add the names to it and do it again. But anyway, that's the flag so far. If you look at it, it's a tiny mini little flag like that. No good to man nor beast. The next thing is I scaled it down into in the Bambu Lab printer studio app. I scaled it down to size basically. So I've got a bit of this mini flag there. Look, it's like 100mm, whatever. If you see, have a little look. That's the underside. The underside comes out quite nice. But have a little look. Got a bit of a blob there. It went wrong. 1 minute it printed happily, merry printing away. Next minute it didn't stick. It lifted off the plate. So I know what to do. I'm gonna clean the plate. I may glue it. I'm not sure yet. It should be right. If this is bigger, it should stick down. I'm not sure I need some glue, but I think the plate needs a bit of a wash. What I always do, a bit of washing up liquid or soap from the bathroom, and just rub it all off with my hand, give it a good clean dry, and then we're ready to go. I'm gonna go back to Fusion 360 now, scale that up, and I'll probably do some screenshots of that. Scale that up. I'm gonna mirror it and make it a lot bigger. Take my steel rule with me and my vernier. I'm gonna mirror it and then put the name across the bottom, and then add some colour to it. Hopefully that will come out a little bit better. I wanted to do it just small like that, just so I could see if it was joined together. Because if you look in the previous clips, you'll see it has some little weird and wonderful bits. But when it prints out, it's pretty smooth. They're all joined together. It's quite solid. The idea of doing a small print like this first, scaling it down, was to exactly that, basically. If I've got any errors like that, I didn't want to do a full-size print, the proper print, and it comes out a mess. I'm hoping it hasn't damaged my printer at all. So I'm going to go back to Fusion, draw it up, mirror it, put the text on, scale it, colour it, export it to the printer, and off we go. That'll be the first print. The other 2 prints I'm going to do during the week. I may do some other videos, and I'll do a final video of all the bits and pieces boxed up, and I'll send them to my family member, cousin. I'll see you in a bit.
So I've done a test print. I was quite happy with that. So now I'm back into Fusion, scaling it up a little bit. Now I'm going to do a mirror image now. So I select the object, and then, right, I'll extrude it first. Let me have a little look. 10mm. Yeah, make it a little bit bigger. New body. I made a bit of a mistake there. Let's have a little look how high it is. 8mm high. Trying to select it. I'm selecting the wrong object. So select that. Join. I think I'll make it 10mm. Add another 2mm to it. There you go. So it's 10mm in height overall. Now I'm happy with that. Just turn the sketches off, get them out of the way. And now I'm going to create a mirror image of that. Select it. And then I go over to the right hand side there, select the mirror line there. Click OK. So I've got my 2 flags. Happy with that. Now at this point here, I think I add some text. Turn the sketches back on. Save it. I drew a square actually. You'll see that I've drawn a square, 250 by 250, I think it was, which is pretty much the bed size, the size of the machine. So I knew sort of roughly what size it's going to turn out. Now I'm going to add some text. I can import SVG from another program, some text. Quite often I write my text in a graphic software and import that. So it was an SVG, import as an SVG, but I didn't want any fancy text here, so this text was fine. The extra text that comes with Fusion was fine. Sort out my size, my height. I'm sort of looking for something it needs to be joined together, but I think I'll do a line I'll underline it in the end. So I'm just squaring it up, lining it. I'm counting little squares actually, but I can see it centered. There you go. Just move it left out a bit, modify, move. I just want to get it in a nice position, somewhere I'm happy with. Right. Now I'm doing a little rectangle underneath, I think, just to join it all together. So, draw a rectangle. That's a bit like the underline. It will help keep the letters together, because obviously you can't have floating letters. Select that, mirror it. There you go, I've got two now. Now I'm going to join that all up, extrude that. There's the underline now. Where's my text gone? Right, let's pop back now and extrude the text. I think I did the text a little bit higher. I can't remember now. We'll see. Quite often it's easy to do the text higher, and then you can print it 10mm, for instance, all black. And then you can print that. Let me see. I can't remember what I did. 12mm, yeah. So I'm going to colour that in 2mm. The whole thing's going to be black, and 2mm tops, 2mm is going to be red. It prints a lot easier that way. Done. Jobs are good, and look at that. Turn off the sketches. A bit fussy. I'm just trying to move it all about, and it wouldn't move, I don't think. Right, I'm happy with that now. Look at that. Right. What I normally do by default, I left click, select the whole lot, combine. I think you'll see me do that in a minute. Looking good. This is file. Now I've drawn it up myself, I can actually sell this myself, do what I want with it. There you go. Straight into Bambu Lab. You can also scale it into Bambu in the studio software. It's all black, but I'm just going to choose the red fill, 2mm. I'm just going to tuck that letter in. It's just be 2mm. There you go. So the whole flag is black. 2mm writing. I'm happy with that. Slice plate and print. Just going to alter the strength of it. Check some settings here. Layer height and stuff like that. Same position at the back. So I want it hidden. I want that same hidden at the back. Slicing and printing for the AMS Bambu Lab printer with an AMS system. There we go. Have a little peek. Look, looking good. That's my own file now, so I can actually sell that if I wanted to on Etsy. It's better to draw your own stuff up than nick other people's stuff.
I'm still plodding my way through the Formula 1 stuff for my relation. Done some coasters there. And next step I'll do later on today, I'll do a little holder to hold these. They need a little backing piece on there, but I'll let them do that, a little bit of foam or cork. Next job, I think I did a video before, I'll link to it above and below. Next job is to print one of these. These look like a Formula 1 map for 2025. It's all the tracks, Formula 1 tracks, and the countries where the tracks exist. And I'm going to print that out. I've used glue on this one. I recommend this glue because it's quite a large. There you go, if you see that. Because it's quite a large plate, it fills the plate up. You tend to find with these flat plates, flat prints like this, it tends to curl up in the corners. So the old Bambu lab glue does works a treat. Spread a layer of that on. And the press print, which is what I'm going to do now. And just to add, for this one, I'm doing a time lapse. So I'll show you a little time lapse of this printing. I also do bed leveling. I don't do bed leveling on a I do it on a regular basis. It depends on the job. Small parts in the middle of the bed, it doesn't matter too much. If I'm doing something large and flat, takes up the whole plate, I tend to do click the bed leveling option, and that will calibrate it and level it all out nice and neat.
This is another file I've done before this one. This is the Formula 1 tracks for 2025. This is available to download. It's not my file. So as I say, I'm not selling this, I'm giving this away to someone. I'm printing this for family members, so I'm okay to print this, but you can't sell it, I don't think, unless you speak to them and get a license off of them. But they come out really nice.
That sound is the sound of the printer finished. That's a 4-hour print, and I think it's come out really, really well. I'm really pleased, and I think this little young lad will love this. Let's have a little look. Look at this one. Oh. Look at that. All the circuits 3D printed. That's come out absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Better than the one I did before. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is like a gift for the my little mate. But let's take this off now. Have a little look. So you break off the waste. Just as I said earlier, I use glue on this because when you get a larger print like that, this it's best to use some glue. I use the Bambu Studio stuff, but a thin coating over the whole plate, it helps the whole thing adhere. Otherwise, it starts peeling up at the edges. But obviously, it's hard to get off. Oh, yeah, look at that. Let's take the little tag off there. There you go. You can see the glue on the back, actually, a little bit of glue, but that, I'm well pleased with that. You see that focused in there. Look at that. Brilliant. I love it. Hope he'll love it too. Just got a couple more little bits and bobs to do. I'm going to wrap them all up with some lovely wrapping paper, put it in a nice box and send it over to them. What should I print next? Do a little search on the internet. I think she wanted a tire or something for him. So keep watching. Been out today, and you may have seen it near the beginning of this video. I did this. I drew this up and printed this. It came out okay, but there's a little bit of a funny mark there on there. I don't know if you can see that. Didn't print brilliantly, I don't think, but it's usable. Yeah, just there. I think it's the black filament was playing up, that particular maker brand. I can't remember what make filament that was now. So just before I shot out today, I sort of put that diagonal on the plate, scaled on the build plate, and then scaled it up a little bit. And it's just finished now because I went out and it's printing while I went out. So I scaled it up X, Y, and Z. So let's have a little look. Yes, that's better. There you go, it's come out a lot better. A little bit bigger as well, not is it? Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's lovely. Thicker, I've scaled it up the X, Y, and Z. It's thicker, better, cleaner, smoother in general. That is lovely. I'm well pleased with that now. So basically, I'll put both in the box because that's a spare one. They can use that or throw it away with. That's the main one. Put on the door, or they put one on the wall, one on the door. That's usable, but this is a lot better. So gonna have a little look now for something else to print. I think I wanted a Formula 1 wheel or something. I've got to draw up a coaster rack. I might do that soon actually as well. So I'll have a little look. see what we got. Good morning, just doing a couple more Formula 1 prints and I think that'll be it. I'm getting carried away here. I've done quite a few bits for this young man Percy. Done a couple of Formula 1 key rings. I've got some keyring bits I've ordered off Amazon ages ago, so I'll make a couple of Formula 1 key rings up for him. And I've just seen a Formula 1 sign online, do not disturb sign that you hang on your door. Do not disturb, I'm watching Formula 1, so I'm going to print that. So make sure you watch the end of the video because I'm going to do a little presentation of all the bits and pieces I printed for this young man. I'm going to wrap it, box it up and probably take it round there or post it. So thank you for watching so far. There we go. There you go. Cut my Formula 1 key rings. I'm going to do one last thing to print. I think I'll do this one. Do not disturb, I'm watching. Oh, it's doing it up that way, is it? Okay, that's good. Slice plate. I've got the colours in already, so I should recognise all the colours. One, 4 and 2. 1, 4 and 2. That's correct. I'll put the time lapse on for that one. That is it. That's the final piece now. I'm going to wrap this video up now and call it a day. I'm just going to bring the camera over and show you a few bits and pieces that I've printed, and a few of those might be available on Etsy. The ones I've drawn up myself, I might sell on Etsy, especially the flags with the name. That would be that's my own design, and I'm not going to do any name you want. There's a final little piece that I printed. A little bit thin. I could have sort of like scaled it up a little bit, but it's meant to be, well, it's a door handle thing, so it's meant to be, they'd make them out of plastic. That's come out really, really well. Look at that. You can almost see if you look there, if I can focus. I'm not sure again. A bit too close for focusing, I think. I'm not sure, but you can almost see the little TM trademark thing there, Formula 1 trademark sign, etc. That's come out really, really well. I'm bringing the camera around to show the last few bits. Thanks for watching. I hope you made it this far. These pieces are for my niece, Jane. And I hope I've got to pack them up, box them up now, and get them over to her somewhere. She lives around the corner, so I'll probably just drop them off at some stage when I get a chance. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon. And if you want any of these bits and pieces, I'll leave a link below to my Etsy page where I'll do some 3D printed bits and pieces. And please like, subscribe, hit the old thumbs up button for the video. I much appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye. Right, to finish off the video, here's a few bits and pieces I've 3D printed. There's a do not disturb sign for his door. How thin that is, look. Amazing that it could print something so thin. Brilliant. There's the two signs there. I did these myself, I drew these up myself, you'll see that in the video. This one came out with a bit of an iffy finish there, so I didn't like it, so what I did, I reprinted it, and I wanted to scale it up anyway, so I scaled it up. So there's the Percy flags, you can sort of see the sort of size of it. It's come out really nice, it's like a door sign or a wall sign. So I'll send both of those to him. And that. And then you got the Formula 1 key ring. A little Formula 1 key rings there. And let's move this out of the way a minute. Then you got the coasters in a little rack. I found this rack on the internet. I was going to draw it up myself and design it myself, but I found this on the internet. Scaled it down slightly in the X and Y plane and the Z. The Z height allowed for 1 to 2 millimeters backing. I'm not going to put a backing on the coasters, but I allowed 1 to 2 millimeter backing so they can put a foam backing on there, the back if they want, to make it a bit grippy, or you don't have to, but you got one there, different types of tyres. And then they all sit in there like so. So you got a little, as I say, look, there's a gap at the top there. I've deliberately left the gap at the top there so they can put a backing on 1 or 2 mil. So put 2 mil on the bit up there, put 1 mil on the bit up there, or you leave them as they are, it doesn't matter. And then my favourite, this sign has come out absolutely brilliant. I love it. Another little wall plaque there. Fantastic. I hope he likes them. Now it's time to box them all up and wrap them up and get them over to him. There you go, mate. That's for you, Percy.